This is a $1 dirt house, and this is a $500,000 dirt house. For the longest time, dirt houses have been ridiculed, mocked, and laughed at. They're seen as the poor man's build. I say you're wrong. Dirt houses are a thing of beauty. And to prove it, I'm building 5 different dirt houses, with the last one valued at $1 million. To show you just how easy it is to do this, I'm building them all in just 3 days. Starting off with the $1 dirt hut. This is the sort of thing that I would build for my first night in any normal survival world. Anyone should be able to build this, but it's not worth more than $1. Now, a house is not a house unless you have a bed, crafting table, furnace, and some sort of storage. For this and every house coming up, these must be included. In that $1 build, I only used normal dirt, but there's actually 16 blocks in this game that are dirt blocks. You have the expected ones, but then you have soul sand and soul soil, which are like the dirt of the nether. And then you have everything mud. As you might expect, mud is made from dirt and water. So all of these count as well. I'm also giving myself permission to use all of these natural blocks just to make the build a little bit more pretty. And things like glass, trapdoors, bookshelves, and lanterns, I'm allowing them as well. There's only so much you can do with dirt. This next house is the $1,000 dirt cottage. It's a massive step up from the $1 build, so I really have to make it look good. I'm basing this build on this picture, and because dirt is just so bland, I have to use a ton of these other dirt blocks. Once the build was finished, I ended up adding some custom trees to make it feel more homely and complete. This is what it looks like. I think you see what I mean when I say dirt houses can be beautiful. I think a lot of you would be really happy living here. I know I would. And yes, it has the musts of a house. The $1 and $1,000 bills are tiny compared to what's coming up. So for this $100,000 dirt house, we're going bigger. It's about time I actually fill this whole area I've built for these houses. This time, I'm using this picture for reference, and so I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I started off by building the shape out of red wool. This is actually the first time I've ever tried this technique, and it is the most useful thing I've ever tried. Then I filled in all of those shapes with all of the dirt blocks I showed you before, and I'm telling you, these houses are getting more and more beautiful as I go. From a distance, you can barely tell it's entirely made of dirt. Just look at this. It actually makes me look rich. But this build is still tiny in comparison to the $1 million dirt house. Literally 8 of these could fit inside it. At this point, I'd used up over 2 of my 3 days on these 3 houses and this massive landscape, but I still have the biggest 2 houses to build, and I'm running out of time. But now, you saw it before, the start of the big ones. This is the $500,000 dirt house. I used this insane image of a Victorian mansion to help me even fathom what this build could be. I used the special red wool technique to start and then quickly filled in everything. And I even added a hedge maze out the front to add that little bit of pizzazz. And this is a $500,000 dirt house. But then I looked at the clock. I'd spent half a day on this build, and now I only have half a day left to build both the interior of this house and the entirety of the $1 million dirt house. I had to move on. I couldn't stick around here. So I left the interior, I couldn't complete it, I just had to run away. And immediately I started on the $1 million dirt house. Before I show you the $1 million dirt house, I ask that you hit subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and will help me make more and even better videos. Okay, immediately I started on the red wool outline of this $1 million dirt house. This was gonna be big. Remember how I said 8 $100,000 houses could fit in that? Well, that was not a lie. This is massive. I had to build something even bigger and even grander than anything I'd made before, and I only had 6 hours to do it. So I spent my final hours obsessing over this build. Somehow I managed to finish the exterior with enough time to even make the inside. And this is the $1 million dirt house. Leave a comment telling me which one you like most. Okay, bye!